If you don't want to be cold in Iceland, watch this video. I'll go over what weather to expect, the northern lights, what to wear, and why. So let's get to it. The weather can vary greatly depending on the month. Here is a list of the average temperature for each winter month. You can pause the video to have a better look. The general rule of thumb, if it's chilly in the capital, it's going to be even colder inland. So if it's a bit chilly in Reykjavik, it's going to be cold in the Golden Circle. The weather can also be very different than in the capital. So don't let it fool you. To check on the weather ahead of time, go to weather.is, press the map, press the south coast, and there at the top you can see the Golden Circle area. The Golden Circle is a popular place to see the northern lights, far away from the lights, and it's a very beautiful place. But you have to be mindful, okay? Please do not stop half on and half off the road. That can be very dangerous. You want to find an area where you can park comfortably. Now, there's no one place to see the northern lights. You just have to check the forecast and go where the clear skies are. The snowiest period is around December until the end of March, so you want to be extra careful parking during that period of time. But you can see the northern lights from September all the way till about middle of April.
The first stop is Thingvellir, a gorgeous national park about an hour's drive from Reykjavik.
This is the second stop, Geysir. And lastly, we stop at Gullfoss, a gorgeous waterfall. So in the Golden Circle, there's no protection from the wind, so you can definitely expect it to be colder than in the capital. Since you'll be doing a fair amount of walking, you'll want to wear good hiking boots for the snow, ice, or sleet, or whatever you might face. Because if you get your feet wet at Thingvellir, the rest of the day is kind of ruined. You also don't want to wear too many layers to start off with, because then you'll just start sweating. But if it's windy or super cold, then of course you can go ahead and wear those layers. The path at Geysir is well managed, so you don't have to worry too much, but you want to wear good hiking boots or maybe even crampons if it's very icy that day. At Gullfoss is where you want full protection from the wind, the rain, snow, and of course the water from the waterfall. Now, if you're coming in deep winter, you're not going to be able to get close to the waterfall, but you still might get a little bit of water on you. You'll also want to wear crampons for the pathway. Although it is maintained, it might be very slippery. Or maybe it's a day like this, where it's very cozy, but very cold, so you want to be prepared. So, here are our recommendations for what to wear. And remember, you can rent all the outdoor gear you need at icelandcover.com. Use the coupon code GOLDENCIRCLE for 10% off. Now, what you should wear obviously depends on the month. So if you're coming in September, you probably want to wear fewer layers than if you're coming in February. Wear thermal underwear, preferably merino wool. It breathes well, dries fast, and it'll keep you warm. And then in deep winter, for example February, you'll probably need another layer on top of that. Now for mid layers, I recommend something breathable. Think wool sweaters, sweatpants, or hoodies made from a sports brand. You don't want something made out of too much polyester because that material doesn't breathe well. And be mindful that cotton, if it gets wet, it's not going to help you keep warm anymore. Good socks are mandatory, preferably from merino wool, or regular wool is okay as well. You might even want to have a thin Primaloft jacket if you're very prone to cold. But I would recommend that you be bold and start cold. Because when you start walking, you'll warm up immediately. Then, if you need a mid layer, you just put it on. And now for the most important part, the outer layers. Let's start at the bottom. You want to be wearing good hiking boots, water resistant, ankle support, and good grip. And if you're coming from December until March, you might want to wear crampons in case you don't split. Then you want to put on some outdoor pants. You want them to protect you from the wind and rain, and therefore the cold as well. You don't want to be wearing ski pants because they're just going to be too thick and it's going to get uncomfortable once you start walking around. Then you can either go for the parka or the shell. The shell is highly water resistant, breathable, and windproof, but you are going to need to wear more layers underneath. It provides more flexibility, but it's definitely not as warm as the parka. Now, the parka is made for extreme conditions. It's windproof, highly water resistant, and very warm, which is why I'm wearing it right now. And that's also why we recommend it for the winter period. And the parka is also more equipped for all types of conditions, which is what you can expect in the Golden Circle. Then put on a beanie and some thick gloves, and you're good to go. And that's it. I hope you have a better understanding of what to wear and what to expect if you're coming to the Golden Circle during the winter. And remember, you can use the discount code GOLDENCIRCLE for 10% off at icelandcover.com. But that's it for this video. See you in the next one.